So let's start. My name is Juliet Nyambura. I work with Wake na Vijana Initiatives, which is a non-profit organization that focuses on empowering the women and youth in underserved communities. And I would like to welcome you all to our second part of the webinar. So because of time, I'll just get straight to it. Last time when we had the part one, we laid the foundation by defining what is SGBV and what is GBV. And today we are going to build on the discussion by diving in deeper to unpack what is consent and addressing some of the myths and the misconception around GBV and SGBV in relation to concept. So I'm going to encourage our audience to engage. Please, if you have any question, drop them at the comment section, and then we will tackle the questions. And also, if you have any other important information or insight that you'd like to share, drop it there. I'll start. I'll introduce our experts with the topic that they're going to address. So for the first topic is what is consent? Alice, I'm glad that you are able to join us. So first, I'll ask you to introduce yourself as you respond to this question. Please explain to us what is consent.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Good evening to you all. My name is Alice Karanja. I am the founder of Pink GenderWatch Network, which is a community-based organization. And I am a member of Survivors of Sexual Violence Network Kenya. And at the same time, I am a counselor. Thank you very much, Juliet, for that question. And I get back to answering you what consent is. Consent is when a person makes an informed choice or agrees freely and voluntarily to do something they are aware of, they know what it is. That is basically what I can say consent is, that you already have, you are volunteering to do what you think is right for you, and you have that information of what you are getting yourself into. Thank you to you.
Yes, I like the way you said consent is given freely, because you find sometimes someone tends to push you at the corners for you to say yes or say no to something, but the fact that it's freely given, it makes a lot of sense. So for the second question, maybe I would like you to debunk what is the common myths and misconceptions that surround consent.
Yeah, on myths and misconception, these are the traditional stories that people speak about or think about consent is, and misconception is the incorrect thinking about it. One of it is that if there is a no, it is a yes. That is a misconception. A concept has to be very clear and a very clear and voluntarily. Silent is not a concept. The other thing about the myth is being married or being in a relationship, it means there is automatic consent. No. Every time one is in a relationship or you're in marriage, nobody owns your body or nobody owns you. You have to be in an agreement when you want to do something. Consent is agreed. When the consent is agreed before, it means that always there is consent. No, consent can be withdrawn anytime, any day, or at any space wherever these two people are. The other thing is, if you are dressing in a certain way, or if I attend a date, it means there is consent. No, it is not. There has to be clear. I have to say that, yes, I'm in it, and I want to do whatever that I feel is right for you. If somebody is drunk or somebody is high, can give consent. No, any intoxicated person cannot give a valid consent. The other myth is that about women and male or men and women is that a woman can be a victim and a perpetrator at the same time, and a man can be a victim and a perpetrator. So let's be very careful about looking at one gender, is that that's where they are the more perpetrators, and they are this gender, they are more victims. Over to you, Juliet.
Asante, Alice. I have another question. So when it comes to communicating, there's something called healthy boundaries, whereby you said
Yes.
like consent should be freely, it should be freely given without any
Yes.
forcing, pushing, cornering, and also it should be clear and enthusiastically given. So, and someone has the right to withdraw consent at any time. So,
Sure.
so maybe you can explain to us um, how to ask for and give consent respectfully, because I know there's a way someone can ask for consent, but it feels forceful, or the message is misunderstood. So, how can we do it respectfully?
Yes. When you want to give, or when you're asking for consent, you have to be direct. Like, you have to be respectful and be very clear. One of the direct languages is like, you can use the words, are you okay with this? Do you want to? That one is very direct. The other direct way of asking for consent is giving opinion. Let the other person feel free to say yes, and to say whatever they feel like when you're in that space. Give that person the space to say whatever they feel. They can say yes, or it's not now. When you're in that space, you can also look for verbal and non-verbal clues. Does the person look comfortable in it? If that person looks comfortable, they will always say yes. If that person is silent, that one, and they are not sure, they are not giving you consent. So you have to be on the lookout. So it means that whenever you enter into that space, you also have to use your eyes clearly. You have to be clear in your mind. The other direct way of asking questions or asking for consent is that you have to give. What I want to say is that consent is continuous. It's ongoing. You can ask and you can be told no. You can ask and you still be told no. So the person who is telling you no, they knows what they are doing. The other thing that you have asked me to do is when how to give consent. When you are giving consent, it has to be very clear. You have to be very confident. Yes, I want to. And then when you are giving consent, it shows positivity. The body language tells it all. When you are giving consent, you set even boundaries that if you're not comfortable saying no, you can say no, and you can still say, I don't want to. Over to you, Julie. And I hope
Yes.
our audience are following and asking us questions so that we answer.
Yes. We have today. We at least we have ample time. So if you have any question, please put it in the chat box, and then we can review it. So maybe Alice, I could also ask you how to say no and to respect no, because I know there are people who this term that's always used. No is not an option, which I feel like it's abuse of power, or violation of power, because there's no way you can tell someone no is not an option, considering that if you're asking for consent, there should be room for them to either agree or disagree with you. So how to say no and how to respect someone's no. So this is in terms of the person who's been asked for consent and the person who is asking for consent.
Thank you. Thank you again. How to say no. When you are saying no, you know why you are saying no. It means that you are not ready for that time. And the person who is receiving a no, if they care about the person who is saying no, it means that this person has already put a boundary that this is the farthest that you can get with this. So give me space. When I'll be ready, I'll say yes. I think that is what I can say.
Okay. And also how to respect the no.
How to respect the no, it means you cannot go beyond the limits or the space that you have been allowed to. If you have not been allowed to, you cannot go beyond that. It's good to respect whatever somebody is saying because that's their right.
Okay, thank you, Alice.
Over to you.
So maybe I could ask you another question about nonverbal cues and why it matters, because I know it's very important, especially when you're asking someone something. It's important for you not to look at them, how they are responding, the tone that they are using, and even the body language. So maybe tell us why nonverbal cues really matters.
Thank you again. Some of the nonverbal clues is when somebody is holding something, they want to say no, and they just keep quiet. When they say no, when they don't want to, some people can keep quiet. Others can remove your hand. That is a clue of telling you, I cannot allow you beyond this, or stop going that direction. This is not what I want. I think that's another way is avoiding eye contact. When somebody avoids eye contact, they are looking down. That is a clue of telling you that somebody is not comfortable.
Yes.
Others going silent or crossing their arms. That one tells you this, you're not allowed. That's when somebody crosses their arms, it tells you, I don't want, I'm not ready, I'm not comfortable. Pulling away or backing off, telling you, when they pull you away or they back you off, that one tells you it's a no. That's a clue of telling you no. I also wanted to mention something about consent in children. Children do not give consent. Anybody who is under 18 years old is not able to give consent on acts of